What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Climb Together podcast. I'm your host, Tonage Scorp, here with my co-host, Deception. Deception, say hi.
What up?
Today is episode number 79. I know we took a couple weeks off. It's been kind of busy. It's been kind of hectic. It was the end of the semester for me at college, and then, just a bunch of other things going on. But we're back, and a lot of things have happened, so we're just going to dive right into it and talk about it. All right, so the first and the biggest news, I think, for us personally is that XDefiant launched last week. It's been out for just over a week, like a week and a day at this point, I think. So I'm gonna let Deception take the lead on this one. Deception?
Yeah, XDefiant's been out for a week now. It launched last Tuesday. The launch in the very beginning, the first couple hours was a little rocky.
Oh yeah.
Servers were being a little weird.
The hamsters weren't running.
Some people were getting a game and some people couldn't get in games. It was it was just really odd. But after about 3 or 4 hours, they ended up fixing it. They fixed it very quick, and after that, servers have been smooth since then.
Yep, I mean, I didn't really get to play much the first day because of that. I only got to play two, 3 games. And then my PC started.
Yeah, you only had about 3 or 4 hours to play, and that's when the servers were having problems.
I literally left to go to the concert, and you're like, your servers are fine now, and I'm like, okay, that's fine, it's fine. But I mean, after the next day, I really grinded, and let me tell you guys, this game, I love it. There's a couple things that I'm not big a fan of, but I think overall, the game as a whole, I think they did a really good job.
Yeah, for how fast they fixed the servers and how open they've been about communication, and they've been talking about a lot of bugs and stuff that's happening, and they're talking about fixes that are coming. They're already talking about new things that are coming in the future. I think they definitely were prepared for this launch.
Yeah, for sure. As much as, we all were, saying how badly we wanted to come out and how long they were taking and how delayed it was being, I think honestly, it was worth the wait. The game is done well. There's still a couple bugs and everything, but I feel like you don't find those bugs until the game is played on a mass scale like this. I mean, what? There's the couple for 2 days after launch, there's up to 1 million players playing the game.
2 days, it was 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so I mean,
they got 1 million players in 2.5 hours, and I think by the end of the week they had 3 or 4 million.
Yeah, so it's the best performing Ubisoft game to date. Just in case you guys were wondering. And so all those people that were haters saying that nobody was gonna play the game when it came out, you're wrong. You were wrong. So, and what's up, Erica?
Everybody said the game was dead in the water.
Yep.
When it came out.
But nope, it's
I'm
thriving.
Sure 90% of the same people were
playing.
Chilling,
yeah, they were playing
the game.
Yep. Yo, what's up, Luna? So I mean, it's been great. I've been having so much fun playing. I am enjoying grinding video games again, which is saying something because I literally don't play video games a lot anymore. I play my Switch before bed for 30 minutes and that's it. But I've been putting in the hours on this game, man. Yesterday, so I'm doing a training right now for my new job, and yesterday during my lunch, I was indeed playing. And then after I got done, I was indeed playing. I think it was on Monday. I was playing. I've been playing pretty much every single day. I think the only day I didn't play was... no, I think I played every single day. Except for Sunday, maybe. But this game is... It's what we hoped for. I think my only critique of the game is the weapon camos,
weapon camos are a bit lackluster.
Yeah, there's only 3.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, because Mark talked about the camo grind quite a bit. I think a lot of us maybe, since he didn't give us specifics, I think we might have had like our expectations were a little high.
Yeah.
Um, because I think a lot of us expected like a whole bunch of camos per gun and then the mastery camos.
Mm-hmm.
Really, all we got was mastery camos, but like
You still gotta like grind for them though. Like,
we still, yeah, the actual grind for the mastery camos is kind of insane, which I like. Um, the only thing I would say is I just wish that there were either other camos that we could do challenges for, or if the mastery camos themselves had challenges instead of just being get the gun to level 50, 75, 100. Because like I don't know. I think it's more interesting to have to do a challenge than just sit and use the gun for a long time. But at the same time, it's like, um,
I
at the
mean,
same time, I understand it because it's like now with the way that this camo system works, it's like if you see somebody rocking like gold already, you're like, holy crap, they've used that gun
yeah.
like a lot.
And like, I like how like you get bronze when you get the bronze is pretty much like fully leveled gun, you know what I mean? Like for like attachments and stuff. So, you know, it's not too bad, like I didn't really like it at first, but it's not too bad, especially with the double XP that they had over the weekend. I was able to fly through some levels on certain different guns. Like I'm almost level 50 on the ACR and I just started using it. Like I like got it to like level 15 in like one day. So,
My
it's
ACR is the only gun with a mastery camo on it.
well, that's because it's just the only gun you use. Um, but so I mean, it's gonna be a grind, but I feel like it's one of those games where like you can grind it that much. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. The different modes. I mean, yeah, there's a couple people that have been angering me, but like I haven't come across like any cheaters that I can tell. You know, um, there's people that are just playing it better than me, and it's really like humbled me a little bit on like my ability of play, and I've been able to like be like, oh, I'm not as good as I thought I was, or I'm better than I thought I was, which I feel like a lot of people are having that crisis right now, going from like Call of Duty to XDefiant, because they're
Yeah,
used to like
it's interesting.
because they're used to playing in these lobbies that was super like people that are like pretty much the same skill level or very very similar skill levels with as them, and the games go either way, but this one they're really able to see how really good they are. Like these top players, they're really like soaring above and like dropping like so many kills. Like it's insane.
Yeah, like I know, like, I played a game. I joined a game late one couple nights ago, and it was funny because there was a guy at the end of the game. This guy's name was Super Toaster 12, and he dropped 71 kills. I was like, that would never happen in COD.
No,
Nobody
no,
named Super Toaster 12 is dropping even like 30 in
no,
COD.
no. So I mean, I think it's a plus on my end. Recently, but definitely hopes they were high, and I think the expectations were met as far as what I wanted from this game, which was a game to grind again. Um so there's a couple, like the only thing that they really have going on right now, they have two different modes. You can play like the regular unranked, or you can play the test ranked, which is pretty much just like the different game modes that they're looking to play ranked in, and just
Yeah,
kind of
it's
figuring
literally
out.
just like the only game mode. The only differences between ranked and pubs right now is there's no hot shot and it's 4v4.
Yeah, and
There's no real rule set or restrictions or
mm,
anything right
and
now.
then occupy the in pubs they're random hills, and then in rank they're predetermined. So
I wish that they would. I kind of wish that they would make predetermined hills and pubs, but I also like
I
part of
understand.
me understands the
I
random hills and pubs.
I like the random hills and pubs because it makes it a little bit more fair, because then you get people that are like, really, especially with the low SPMM, like you get people that know these rotations already. By playing unranked, well, by playing ranked, or like in COD for existence, like for example, you get people that know the rotations better than you do. So like they get that upper, like they get the advantage, and they get to like rotate early before you even know which hill's next. So I feel like it allows like beginners to actually like, the casual players to play casually, which I think is something that most people look for in unranked modes, is to be able to play casually. If we want to sweat, we'll play ranked. But so I actually really like that they did that. Um, and I understand why. Um, and it looks like, competitive people are starting to put out some rule sets. Um, banning certain guns and different.
I actually saw the rule set thing go up, and I've seen a lot of like chatter about one specific rule set that's been up. And I saw Aches replied to the rule set tweet, and it was like a Yoda thing where it's like, you must unlearn what you have learned. So I think Aches is gonna crack down on it. I think when like there's a legit competitive rule set, I don't think there's gonna be nearly as many restrictions
Yeah, I
as
think.
what people think they're gonna be. Because
No,
Aches has said before he does not want tons of stuff to get restricted. He does not want GAs, and I think he'll enforce that.
yeah, I feel like there's certain things that like I feel like it makes the game more balanced because there's a lot of different guns that you can run and still be successful with. It just depends on what attachments you have. I mean, there's ones that people have gravitated more towards, like the ACR and whatnot, but there really is like, you know,
The one lately I've seen more people gravitating towards the AK.
yeah, yeah, I
I
saw
mean,
that
which
too.
is true. The AK is nuts, but the AK was never used a ton um, in the previous test. It was good, but it wasn't that amazing. But
Hmm.
it's competing with the ACR now.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, it's nice not to have like this one specific meta in a game where if you don't play with those certain guns, and you're gonna get smoked every game. So I like to see it. And yeah, I'm just really content with where the game's at right now. Personally speaking, like I I've really like fallen in love with the game, and I think a lot of other people have. I've been seeing a lot of people that either played Call of Duty before, or like just like haven't really played FPS in a while because of the state of Call of Duty or other games like it. Switch to this game and really have a good time. Like there's a lot of people that used to play Halo and like a bunch of different other games. So it's good to see them all come together in this one game. Kind of like it kind of reminds me of when Valorant came out, and a bunch of different people from different games came and played that one game. So,
I think I think this game has a lot of potential, and
mm,
I've seen like, which we can get to some of that stuff, but I've seen a bunch of leaks for like future season stuff and things that are planned, and I definitely think that they are more than prepared because there's already stuff in the game files and stuff that people can find
mm,
about all of the seasons for year one. Like, so they have been ready for this.
yeah, which I think is good. They're not rushing, which I feel like is very important when it comes to certain things like this. Let me go ahead and try to find the little roadmap that they put out for the first year, real quick. They've been posting a lot of their Twitter's been super active, which I'm very happy about because it was dead for a while. So now that they're released, they're posting every single day, multiple times a day. So different things, which is really great. Hold on, just 1 second. Yeah, but they've got skins, a bunch of different things. They've got all the different characters. Oh, okay, one thing I did want to bring up actually, I really like the way that you unlock guns and characters in this game. I'm really,
Yeah, I'm really happy that they went with like a challenge system.
yeah,
I
because
think that's a lot better than locking it to levels.
yeah, cause that way, like if you're um
If you have like a certain gun or like a certain character that you really want, you can just
mm-hmm,
go for that first
yeah,
instead of having to wait till level. Like instead of like, I know like the ACR was locked and you had to get long shots with ARs to get the ACR
mm-hmm,
initially. Like, that's a whole lot more fun to me
then
just
just
going in one or two games and getting long shots
or then
than
just sitting and grinding for
you have to get
hours.
to level 51 for the ACR. It's like, bruh.
Yeah. So I really do like that, especially with like the, the different faction characters too. Like you have to use those factions and those different abilities to unlock, these characters, which I think is
Yeah,
really cool because it allows you to explore everything. It doesn't confine you to a certain gun or a
yeah,
certain
yeah.
faction. Like you really have to like put yourself out there because, it it's built that way, which I really do enjoy.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
really like that unlocking the characters. You have to actually play the faction because that encourages people to play different factions, and that probably gives them good data
yeah.
on who's playing the factions just to unlock the characters and who's actually playing the factions.
Yeah. And then so here we are with the year one roadmap. So pretty much there's going to be 4 seasons, 4 factions, 12 weapons, 12 maps. The first, um, I don't know if that made it better or worse. There we go. That made it better, ish.
It needs to be noted that this is something that I really like that they're doing because it encourages like it's a better like feed of content than normal. And is that their Marcus said this from when this first dropped, and he said this is still happening. Instead of them dropping all 3 maps at the beginning of the season, and that's it for 3 months, he's gonna drop 1 map per month.
Which I think is really awesome because then you get to add just one new map into your cycle of
You
play,
get
and
one new map, but then you're just like, oh my god, I can't wait for next month because you're gonna
yeah.
get a new map,
So it's like literally 12. It's like
another map
one month,
coming.
like one map a month. Like it's really, I like that a lot. And then there's 90 tiers of battle pass, which is really cool. Each month, we only got a 51 for the preseason, so I like that they're upping the numbers. And then we get a new faction every single month as well, which I really think is really cool because that, from what it looks like we get one new faction each with 3 characters. So there's the codename Ruby, codename Buzz, codename Orchard, and codename Horde. Um, Getting launched in that order. And
We already pretty much know what the first faction is gonna be.
what?
It's pretty much confirmed that, especially with what I've seen out of pictures, now that we see what codename Ruby is, and that's the faction that we're getting that is all but confirmed for season 1 is going to be the GSG9 team from Rainbow Six Siege.
Okay, okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then also with season 1, we will be getting private matches, which will, evolve the competitive side of things from just kill races to actually 4v4 gameplay in private matches than just in ranked mode. So I'm very excited to see that because obviously we have a, XDefiant team that we want competing. So, these private matches will be really great for them, aka Deception and Co. Um, so personally speaking, I have already played through the welcome list for beginners, which I really think we brought it up before on the podcast. I really think that was a good addition to the game because only new players can play it. So you're not going to be playing against a level 55 on your first day playing.
Yeah, and it doesn't have skill based matchmaking, which for people that have never played this game,
Mm-hmm.
or for people that might not feel so comfortable in the beginning of just getting thrown into the regular matchmaking. It's cool that they have that welcome playlist that does have skill based matchmaking. So it's like they can get a little bit of the feel of the game, and then it's like by level 25, they probably have a good idea of how this game works.
Yeah, like you got to get a
And
pretty
then they
good
get thrown
grasp.
into the matchmaking.
Like for a couple people, it takes a few days, if not a week, to get to level 5, depending on how long you play for. Like if you play like 3 hours a day, like it's pretty obtainable after a couple days, to get yourself in the swing of things. And then yeah, so I think that was a great addition to the game. I just wanted to put that out there. But we're also getting new modes as well. With each season, or maybe not each season, but definitely over the course of the next year. And then we already talked. We get 3 new weapons as well. So I hope with the maps, not with the maps, but with the weapons and the factions, that it's the same unlock as it is currently. Um, because I really do like that about the game. Um, but yeah, so Deception, how's the grind going for you? Minus the little setback you had the other day.
The grind has been great. I mean, I've had a lot of fun just playing it. I played it on stream. I played it off stream. Um, I've just had a fantastic time. I've been just trying to level my guns. Played a little bit of ranked. Um, I've played. I will. I will tell you right now, and I'll try my best to keep myself updated and track it. But right now, I have played 10 maps of ranked, and I'm 9-1. So
Alrighty, that's what I like to hear. Whew. That's what I love to hear. So, um, for me, the grind is also going great. I'm just playing. I'm having a good time. I'm just playing. I'm streaming again on both like my
I'm
personal
playing a lot of
channel.
pubs like
Yeah,
you to try to level up my guns,
yeah.
really. Because right now, the ranked playlist, you don't have everything unlocked, so you kind of have to level up your guns.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's nice to just kind of just play the game, learn the maps, learn different things. I've been seeing people do a lot of cool different things, like different ways to set up, different spots to sit in, especially in like escort, the escort mode, which is one of the ones that I've been trying to play a little bit more because I suck at it. I'm trying to learn some of these
I love
spots and the way
Escort
to
Rail.
way to play it for me. I'm getting better,
Escort is fun.
so I'm getting better at it. But
I like Escort a lot.
yeah,
I had a game over the weekend that I was playing off stream where I started off 15-1 in an Escort game.
dang dude,
I
let's
went
go.
I went on a 5 streak, I died, and then I went on a 10 streak.
That's what I like to hear. But it's been a good time. So definitely some definitely more content coming from just like us personally, and then the org as a whole, the Scorpion Syndicate as a whole around this game, because it's just so much fun. Honestly, like it's just a lot of fun. That's all I gotta say. Like I'm having a great time. Um. So moving on, I guess. So what was this? This was like 2 weekends ago. There was CDL Major 3, and let's just say I know this is kind of like chummy of me or whatever, but I like low key almost cried when OpTic won. You know, like I was tearing up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, just because like I know that they've been working for it for so long. It's been so long, and like also my hormones were going crazy. I don't want to like put that out there, but like that's just how it is for me. Get a little emotional 1 month a week. Well, 1 week a month. So I was definitely like heightened emotions, and I did tear up a little bit when they won,
Yeah,
because honestly they
that
deserve
grand
it.
finals was pure
It was
domination.
it was a 4-0, just complete. Just it was not even
The
close.
only time it was pretty close was in the control, and that's it.
Yeah, but they just couldn't get it going in any other mode. Like, um, they just like OpTic just killed it. I know people have been saying stuff about how there should have been like 2 best of 7s or whatever, 2 best of 5s, since OpTic was coming from the loser bracket. But with the way that Ultra just couldn't get anything going at all, like I don't think it would have mattered. Like I think OpTic were coming
I
too
do
hot.
wish it was like 2 best of 7s. I think that's the much better format, but
Yeah,
the CDL is the CDL. It
yeah.
is what it
So
is.
I think if there was a best of 5, I think it would have been closer in the second best of 5. Um, but OpTic was just so dominant. They were hot. They came off of a great win against NYSL, and a win off of FaZe for like the first time, I think, all season. If am I wrong on that? OpTic, like FaZe has kind of been like their kryptonite for OpTic.
On LAN, yeah.
For sure,
Online,
yeah.
Optic could beat FaZe a lot,
Okay,
but
so on LAN, I don't
on
think
LAN,
they
it's been a
will.
little rough.
Yeah, so they finally beat them. They're coming off that hot of a win. Their adrenaline's high. They're shooting good. Like, I don't think they lose that at either way. So I don't think it really mattered whether it was a best of 5s or whatever. But um, I think I think either way they would have won, because honestly they've been wait for this. They proved a lot with that win. There was a lot of doubts, which I don't understand why there were so many doubts, because OpTic was consistently just top 4, just consistently. And I feel like if a team is consistently top 4, especially in the CDL, like
I don't know.
they kind of like
I don't think being consistently top 4 this year as a whole is like very impressive considering the top 4 are so light years ahead of
well,
everybody
yeah,
else.
but like if you're consistently top 4, I mean, you're only competing against two, three other teams. You know, all the other teams don't matter. So
Well, they said on the process that like once they beat FaZe, they knew that was it
yeah,
because they said that FaZe were the only team that they were like a little worried about.
yeah.
Like FaZe is the only team out of the top
Anyone's
4 that
worried
has
about.
consistently given them problems.
FaZe is the only team that
Uh,
anyone's ever worried about. They're so dominant and just they've been dominant in CDL since it formed. Like the Tiny Terrors are just a crazy duo that just can't be stopped. You know, they're just a
it's
force to be
true.
reckoned with.
On Sunday they can though.
Oh yeah, they can
They
on
only
Sunday,
have they have like a 70 or 80% win rate up until Sunday
and
in
then it's like a
events. But
55%
yeah,
win rate or something like that.
on Sunday it's like 51. They're like 23 and 22 in Sunday matches.
Yeah. So there's I'm just really proud of them. That's just what I mainly have to say. And what's up, Assassin? Um, but you know, the weekend did prove pretty bad for a couple other teams though, especially Miami. You know, they had to make a couple roster changes. First of all, they got rid of their coach, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So they got rid of their coach, sent him packing. So he's all done. And then this was actually like just recently, like almost 40 minutes ago. They took out. I don't know who they
They
took
have
out.
to Vickle won't be able to play this weekend, so they signed Purge to a 14-day contract.
Yeah. So,
So Purge is going to be a temporary sub for them.
yeah. So hopefully, I don't know if they found a new coach yet, but um, yeah, it doesn't look like they found a new coach.
They might be going without a coach, or maybe Eric Boom will serve as their coach.
Maybe
Since he's technically
since
the
he's
sub.
benched. Yeah, since he's benched. So who knows? I mean, Miami Heretics, they've got, they're not the worst team in the league, so. But they
They're not
finally
the worst
did.
team in the league.
They
Boston's
finally,
the worst team in the league
yeah,
right now.
they finally got their, they finally got their land win. So their curse is broken.
Yeah, they did win an event on land, win a match, but I will say they played OpTic and they won a map against OpTic, so now they've won one map against OpTic, but they also got 3-1. So
Yeah, yeah. So hold on, I'm trying to
I remember on the
find.
process they were talking about how Pred hates Miami, bro.
Yeah,
So he was real happy when they beat Miami that bad. But that is true. Miami did get a match win. They won a series, which is cool.
mm-hmm.
I think this is the longest it has taken a team to win a series on land.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it was pretty bad. So with 3 majors down, let me just pull this up. We've got FaZe in first, with 425 points. Then we got OpTic in second.
In.
Yep, we're only 20 points
It
behind
used to be a
now.
much bigger gap than
Yep.
that.
And then you got Ultra, Subliners. Pretty much that's your top 4. Those are pretty much guaranteed, especially with this jump.
For Subliners technically still being a top 4 team, it doesn't look like they are.
No, but you know what? They're not as far behind as Heretics are, which are the 5th team. And then
actually, what's crazy though, if you look at it though, is the top 4 teams are the only 4 teams in the entire league that have a positive record.
That's true. That is true. That is very true. You got 28-6, 28-9, 26-7, 20-12. And then you go to 5th place, which
Boston
is 12
only
and
has
17.
50 CDL points. They have less CDL points than a team gets if they win an event.
Yep. Yep. And they are 5-20 and 41-64. So they're not. It's not super bad on this end, considering. But they just it's pretty tight. But at the same time, they just can't. Their problem is they can't close out those game 5s.
Breach are done. They're not.
Yeah, they're not.
They are not. They're out. There's no way that they make champs.
Yeah. So the really where the race is gonna be, I think, is gonna be
The
Uh,
race is literally 5th through 11th, bro.
yeah,
Anybody from 5th through 11th could do it.
yep,
Literally, like from 5th to 11th, there is a 20-point difference. Literally, any of those teams could make it.
yep. So, you know, it's gonna be, these teams when they play against each other, they're gonna be big matches as far as getting to champs, and then phase OpTic, Ultra and Subliners, they can just pretty much cruise for the last major,
They pretty
four.
much got it clinched. They don't really have to do anything. Even
Yeah,
subliners are pretty good.
yeah, like they're all, I think they're all
Subliners
pretty
could
secure.
probably tank, and I think
Yeah,
they'd still make it.
I think either way, these four teams will still make it into, champs,
And they're probably going to be the top 4 at the very end.
yeah,
I mean, let's face it, Champ Sunday's probably just going to be those 4 again. So.
yeah, it's kind of how it's been. Unless Ravens, do something, or one of these teams like pull something out of their hat that we just haven't seen before.
I don't know. Surge had a really good run last event. I mean, they seem to have pulled it together a little bit. We thought in the beginning that Surge were going to be the worst team and that they were just going to have a terrible time. And they've made some changes and stepped up their game, and they actually played pretty well last event.
Yeah, that's true. All right, and then we got some pretty big news in the Call of Duty sector. We have, officially been announced that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 will be the title for the 24 release year, going 24-25. There is to be zombies again.
Rumors the release date is going to be October 25th, which will be earlier than normal.
Yes, that's true. So that's interesting. And then there's gonna be zombies returning potentially, hypothetically.
Yeah, the true zombies is back.
Yeah, like the good round-based stuff we all love.
The rumor right now is that there are 2 round-based maps on launch, which is
okay.
Good.
That's what I like to hear. So for those of you guys that are fans of zombies, it's time for you to come back out of your hole and do what you need to do. The full reveal for it will be June 9th on the Xbox Series, like Xbox something. Xbox.
Yeah, it's gonna be right after the Xbox showcase.
Okay, yeah, that's what the word I was looking for. So
they're gonna have. I'm sure that they'll probably, since it's right after, they'll probably have teasers during the Xbox showcase.
Probably, yeah.
But after the Xbox showcase, there is going to be a big reveal.
Yep.
It's going to be a whole thing. They've said there's already been a leaked message that said that they're going to go in depth with stuff like gameplay. So it'll be a big reveal.
Yeah.
It'll be more than just a campaign trailer, and that's it.
Yep, and then gameplay. So Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is going to be joining Game Pass to play on day one, which is something that we haven't seen before with any Call of Duty. I mean, this is probably due to the fact of the Microsoft buyout of Activision.
Yeah, we knew this was going to happen. It was only a matter of time.
Yeah, it's just we knew this was going to happen. We weren't sure if it was going to stay on PlayStation, but obviously, they're going to continue to play on keep it with PlayStation just because.
What's really interesting is they're going to be on last gen consoles too. Still,
honestly, I don't think that's a bad idea. Mainly because a lot of people still have last gen consoles, especially with how hard it was to get PlayStation 5s and Xbox, whatever it's called, the fridges, for a long time. So it was kind of hard for people to get them. So people have kind of all their games are on their PlayStation 4. They haven't been able to switch over. So I mean, it's gonna be. I think after like 1 or 2 more years, I think definitely those consoles will be obsolete as far as graphics are. They're already behind, but I mean, with the way that the economy is right now, it's probably very hard for people to save up money to buy something like a console. That's a couple $100, unlike a $70 video game, which is also pretty expensive. But that's neither here nor there.
I just think it's really cool for people that have Game Pass or thought about getting Game Pass. Now it's like a good time if you play COD, because now instead of having to pay $70 for the game or potentially more if you're going to buy a better edition, you just have to pay monthly and a subscription. You get COD plus tons of other games.
Yeah, I think all the other Call of Duties are going to be on Game Pass as well. I don't know if there
I
already
hope
are,
so.
but I think it's rumored that that's what's gonna happen.
I hope so. I don't know. We haven't really heard anything about previous CODs being on Game Pass, but we know the new ones will.
Yeah.
But
So
with like
it's.
backwards compatibility and stuff, it would be a shame if they didn't put the old ones on there.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, there's quite a lot that's coming, which I'm very excited about. I mean, tomorrow, speaking of the Xbox Showcase, so there's the State of Play, which is the PlayStation broadcast that they do every year. That's gonna be tomorrow at 6 p.m. EST, 3 p.m. PST, that kind of stuff. So I mean, it won't probably won't be as hype as the Xbox Showcase with Call of Duty. So
Yeah, now that PlayStation doesn't really have COD anymore, it's
yeah,
they're gonna have to rely on some other things. I mean, we'll see.
yeah, it's all right though. Um,
There's usually some good stuff that comes out with any of the showcases, really.
that's true. I'm just
So
very excited to see, what comes from it.
I'm excited to see what COD brings. I mean, I'll probably mainly be playing zombies during the Treyarch game, but I am excited for it. Like, I'm kind of like, now that XDefiant's out, honestly, like if they're all gonna be on Game Pass, it's like obviously I'll play them because it's like I have Game Pass anyway.
Yeah.
But if COD wouldn't have ended up going to Game Pass, and now that XDefiant's out, I probably would have just straight passed on Infinity Ward and Sledgehammer games. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna be excited for Treyarch games regardless
I
because they make
mean,
the best games.
I think with XDefiant coming out and being as successful as it is and being such a similar FPS game, I feel like I think it's gonna push, Call of Duty to be better now that they have like a pretty stable, well, we don't know how much stable yet, but pretty, fierce competitor playing alongside with them. People are comparing them a lot, especially right now with numbers on Twitch. But one thing to note when it comes to that is, XDefiant just released, so there's all the release hype, and Modern Warfare 3 came out what
Yeah,
six,
even
7 months
Mark has
ago.
been saying that.
Yeah, like it's
Like
come out like
a lot
seven,
of
8 months
people have
ago.
been tweeting the numbers, and he's just like, "You guys got to keep in mind we just released, and this game has been out for months now." So
Yeah, so it's one thing to keep in mind, moving forward. So and another thing is we did get a leak of the weapons, the things that come with the Vault Edition of Black Ops 6.
yeah,
This right here are
that
the leaked weapon
looks
skins.
really good.
Yeah, they look sick.
I don't know how much it costs, but these are like zombies looking guns. And there's also, if you look down at the bottom, there's gobble gums in there.
Uh-huh. And you know what that
Uh,
means.
Makes me really want it because that was when zombies was peak.
Alrighty. Anything else you want to talk about, Deception? I know it had to be a
Not
little bit of
besides
a.
the fact that I really want to play XDefiant.
Well, go play, man. Sorry I had to be a quick one today, guys, but I had to do this on my lunch break, and I have to pee. So, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode of Climb Together Podcast. This has been episode number 79. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys follow the streams. We stream this live just about every Wednesday at 12 p.m. EST, except for today, but that's beside the point. Yeah. So, Deception, say bye.
Bye.
See you guys next time. Peace.